Of course, a splash of sports as well.
Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back. Hour number 3 of Ocala Talks. It's a Thursday right after County Commission meeting on Tuesday, so that means the County Commission comes in and talks to us about what's going on with the county. Stacy Causey, she is here with us to talk this morning. Stacy, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
The reason that Commissioner Bryant is not here this morning, she usually is in Stacy's place, but
Yes, sir.
she's not here this morning because she attended the Fallen Officers Memorial Celebration, or I don't want to call it a celebration, but
Right.
you know what I mean.
It's an event to honor
It's
those
a
fallen.
memoriam, right?
Yes.
It's an event to honor them.
Not to say memorial twice, but
Right.
yes, memorial.
And it takes place at the McPherson Center at the Fallen Officers Memorial.
Right there in front of the tax collector's office. So that's why traffic
Right.
was a little heavy on, and it is actually right now, Southeast 25th Avenue.
Right. So, but something that happens every year. And, we have our own that have fallen, and we
do.
have to honor them.
Unfortunately, we do. And that memorial has local heroes that have given the ultimate sacrifice, and we write their names on them. And we don't ever want to add names to that, but
No.
we do inscribe their names in the granite to make sure that they are not forgotten.
Two friends of mine are inscribed there. Jared,
Yes.
who lost his life in an accidental shooting at the firing range a number of years ago. And then a guy I knew for a very long time, Chief Greg Graham.
Yes, sir.
He's there as well. We got the Greg Graham Foundation event coming up June 4th, and they give a community award to Community Service Award in the Greg Graham Foundation. I was honored and humbled to be the first recipient of that award ever last year.
Awesome, yeah.
So they'll give it away this year again on June 4th, but it's just, they'll be in here Monday to talk about it. But Greg is one of those fallen officers too.
Yes, sir.
So a lot of people, it's terrible that there's a lot of people that are inscribed in the granite. You wouldn't think that little old Marion County, but little old Marion County's had a very long history, 178 years of a sheriff's department.
Yep.
So there's a lot of years where
We've got some
men and
tough
women
cookies.
a lot of years where men and women could lose their lives. So
Yep, and they're willing to stand up for us and protect us and keep us safe.
they run towards it as we run away.
That's
So
pretty much the
yeah.
best scenario for
Right.
me.
So the sheriff's department does a good job to honoring those and everything. So
They do.
now I know a friend of mine, and I won't say his name, but a friend of mine's got a fire going on. It's under control, but
Yeah.
it's out off. It's a big fire that's had to have more than just a fire department involved.
It did. Just to give you some basics, we did have the fire crew called out right in the middle of rush hour traffic Monday evening to battle a fire. They walked into a scene of 20-foot piles of pine trees and oak trees just on fire.
Yeah.
4.5 acres worth. So they knew they would need more backup. So they not only called more fire crews, but they also called our utilities company because we supply the fire hydrants there with water. They wanted to make sure that we could keep an eye on the background to make sure that our customers didn't lose a notable amount of pressure or didn't run out of water. So
Yeah, because you were pumping, I think, at one time almost 3,000 gallons a minute on this fire.
A minute.
A day and a half into fighting it, the fire department had already used 1.6 million gallons.
Correct. And if you've ever seen one of our big storage tanks, those are about 1 million gallons. So thankfully, this particular plant produces about 3,000 per minute to recover. But just in case, we opted to activate another nearby plant to kind of help us do the customers as well as the fire crews because we wanted to be sure to support our fire crews.
And this is a place, the place that this happened is a place that takes yard waste and tree and from contractors and
Correct.
everything. So it wasn't like somebody just had a bunch of wood out piled up illegally or something. This is
Right.
actual business.
Correct.
That their job is to collect this refuse.
Right.
And then it decomposes and everything, and then they make mulch and stuff out of it.
Correct.
So-
And that's beneficial, especially for our lawn and gardeners out there. But just immense fire.
4.5 acres.
It went on.
Basically, it's 4.5 acres of a trash pile of trees.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And organized.
Yeah,
trash pile.
organized, right.
They took all of Monday night nonstop. Our utilities crews were backing up the fire crews as long as the dispatcher's trying to help everybody understand why all the smoke is in the air. It went all the way through Tuesday, like you said, and they even had spot fires through even Wednesday that they had to keep coming.
Yeah, they were out there yesterday putting out hot spots and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was amazing what they've done, but I love the teamwork, so I just wanted to make sure to give some props to our utilities crews.
It's just, I feel bad for my buddy.
Understood.
Feel bad for my buddy. But, you know, it's one of those things. I do know that the fire chief said on the news that it seems suspicious in nature, so there was an investigation going on.
There is an investigation going, yes, sir.
Right. So, now, speaking of people who run in first as you run away, EMS Week's coming up.
Yes, sir. We highlighted them with a proclamation, and that's not all we wanted to do. We also were a part of making a video. Our fire crew public information office made a video to recognize and just show the intensity of their split-second life-changing decisions that they do every day and every shift.
And even that, y'all been named this year. There's a theme this year for
Yes,
it.
it's rising up to the challenge, and I think that is completely fitting of our emergency emergency services professionals.
Look, all I know is when I fell out of the bed because my back wouldn't work and I couldn't get up and everything, when I needed emergency back surgery, the Marion County EMS came out. They had a guy big enough to help me into a stretcher because I'm not the smallest.
Oh, goodness.
And they were out there, and they got me to the hospital and stayed with me until I was under doctor care and everything.
Yes, they
and,
will.
you know, I'm indebted to the Marion County EMS. So
they're amazing. And
they
you
really
know,
are.
even though the call volume increases continuously, their resolve and dedication to our community has not diminished at all.
Now, there's a month for everything.
Yes.
This one I've never heard of. So you got to talk to me about this.
Understood.
May is Building Safety Month.
Yes. So it's more than just making sure that the roof doesn't fall in just because you're in a building. Our building officials do on-site permitting for every residential and commercial building in the county, the entire 1,600 square feet of the county. They have to be a part of multiple steps in every process of building a building or infrastructure. So we wanted to make sure to give them a little bit of a shout out.
Yeah, and you've introduced the building and safety department has introduced a new tool now that's going to help with travel time and save taxpayers money. It looks like
it will, and it'll save wear and tear. Gas is going up, and we have to buy gas too, just like the rest of the world. But they have a virtual. It's called a remote and video inspection. So it's a virtual inspection where the customer or the contractor and our building official work in real time, and the contractor will use their handheld device to show the building inspector what the building inspector needs to see at that point in the process. So there's certain types of inspections that this will work for. So why not use it and then keep the gas mileage and the staff time for those that must be on
But
site.
it's not for all inspections. There's
Correct.
just certain types of inspections.
Correct. And at any point in the video inspection, if the inspector feels like they can't completely say that this is in compliance with the Florida Building Code, they will stop it and they'll schedule an in-person
Right.
visit.
You know, because when I saw this originally, I was like, well, I hope that my electrical panel box doesn't get inspected this way. I hope somebody comes out and actually make sure it's wired properly. But there are certain things that they cannot do that they have
that
to do.
we will not do.
That they will not do. They still have
Correct.
to do in person. But this, you know, with the gas prices the way they are, you know, that CNG thing's looking smart again. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Looking for the future.
So, building safety, if you want to schedule these things, is there a number of people can reach out to?
course.
Is there a place they can go find out more information?
Yep, building safety is available at 352-438-2400.
Ooh, excuse me. Now, let's talk about the Veterans Memorial Park, because
Yes.
Memorial Day is coming up, and it's a big deal at the Veterans Memorial
It is,
Park.
and that's kind of why I wanted to make sure I promoted it as much as I could, because I want to make sure people don't, just because it starts at 10, don't get there at 10.
No.
Parking.
Get there about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm telling you.
You'll be there with us, and we'll set up together.
I'm telling you, if you get there from 9 o'clock on,
Yeah.
you're on your own finding parking.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard.
It's hard, and we'll be there. We're going to be live streaming it for those that don't want to try to battle the parking or the heat. But for those of us that want to join us in person, feel free to bring your own chair. We'll have bleachers there, but everybody likes their own comfy chair better. So we'll set you up in a good viewing spot, and we'll live stream it, and we'll have the video available on our website and Facebook afterward if you want to watch it again.
Right. They do a great job. The county does a good job with live streaming and
Thank
everything.
you.
By the way, Memorial Day is next Monday, correct?
It's 31st.
Yeah, the 31st. Is that next Monday? No, it's not this coming Monday. It's 2 Mondays. I won't be here. Yeah, Memorial Day will be a national broadcast because I want to go to the Memorial Day thing at the Veterans Park, so I can't do the radio show and do that. And I think Memorial
You
Day
do it live.
I think Memorial Day and the celebration at the park is more important than me being here on the
It's
microphone
amazing
for one
and
day.
moving.
It really is.
Every year, I can't. Even though I've been to several, and I'll be working this one, you can't not be moved.
I made the decision because I was a little upset I couldn't go today to the Fallen Officers Memorial because, like I said, I had friends that are two of the fallen officers. So, but I'm going to the Memorial Day celebration.
Amazing.
So. Dan, just so you know, we're playing national syndicated radio that morning. See, you helped break news right there.
We'll be glad to have you.
I know that school gets out this week.
It's amazing. And
Graduations are starting to happen and everything.
Yeah, parents are starting to hyperventilate.
So this is the first time, post-pandemic or back from the pandemic and everything, where everything is back to as normal as it was almost before 2019.
The county's
So kids,
running.
the county's running everything. So kids are going to have to, parents are going to have to find things for kids to do this summer. Is Park and Recreations, are summer camps back on?
They are. We actually started them late in the summer last year.
Right, we started late last year,
Just to kind of get our toes in the water, but we're full on this year. Matter of fact, we have 2 open houses coming up, so I wanted to make sure on the 20th, May 20th, from 6 to 7 p.m. at Forest Community Center, we're going to be there to interact in person, answer some questions about Forest Summer Camp. And then the very next week, May 25th, from 6 to 7 again, we're going to be at Brick City Adventure Park, and that is an amazing camp. That's a wild adventures camp, and they get to climb down into White Cliff Caves, which a lot of people don't think that we have caves and zip lining, and we have everything in Marion County.
Let me tell you something. I went to Brick City. I went and met the director of Parks and Rec there.
Yes.
Probably not the director. She was a high up in there. But anyway, it was about 6 years ago when I was doing the Ocala, Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin. And we were going to go see if the cave and everything. And I got there and she goes, "Not you."
Well,
I go, "What do you mean?" She showed me the opening. I go, "Not me."
it is a very confined space, and we do make sure to give
And
that
I don't
disclaimer.
mind confined spaces, but it's a confined space where I wouldn't fit.
Safety first, yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
They will not let you, and
No.
they have no problem telling you if you're
She
not
told
gonna
me, she was like, "Nope, not you." I go, "What do you mean?" She showed me the opening, and I went, "Yep, not me." I mean, but it's a big enough opening.
Eventually.
People can fit in.
Yes, but you're crawling a lot.
Right, but I'm a wide body, so I'm not fitting in there. I'm not fitting in there. But it is, I'm to understand for people that have been down in there and everything, it's amazing.
It is. I would love, and I'm probably saying this out of turn, but I would love it to become a 3D virtual experience. And when we get the PR team
really
to do
cool.
that
Would be really cool.
because we have so many things that we want everyone
Have
to
you
enjoy.
crawled down there?
No, sir.
You probably don't like confined spaces, do you?
I'm working on that. I'm growing.
Intern Natalie, you got confined spaces issues? Yeah, she could go. And she's petite too. She could.
Yeah. Why don't you go and hold the camera for us so we can see
Yeah,
it?
there you go. Well, put the GoPro on your right next to your lamp. Right next to your lamp. So that's what you do. That's how you
It'd
do
be
it.
amazing.
You go spelunking right there at Brick City Adventure Park.
It's amazing. It's a tourist attraction, that's for sure. I think they do it once a month, especially in the summertime.
Yeah.
Those are just our 2 larger summer camps.
Right.
There are week-long activities and places and programs, events. We have all kinds of stuff going on with Parks and Rec all summer long. So can I give a website?
Yes, certainly.
parks.marionfl.org.
Right.
If you want to talk to them, it's parks@marionfl.org.
Look, Mr. Coolyard and his group do a great job.
They're amazing.
They really do a great job. I mean, people don't realize how many parks we have in this county.
It's more than 40. When I started, it was more than 35.
It's
Now
almost
more than
50
40.
parks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people are amazing. We get estates and people donating land all the time, but they are very specific. I want this land not to be developed. I want you to make it a park. And either they tell us they want a playground or not, they want trails or not, and we make sure to honor those wishes.
There's big there's big, they build parks around retention ponds for walking trails and everything. Cahadjo has a state-of-the-art
Yes.
pickleball court and everything where they have tournaments there and
We
everything.
do.
I know.
We have a waiting list, and people will
Exactly.
stand outside and make sure that you are done at the minute your team is done.
Right there, tapping their foot, ready to go.
Well, it's I believe it's still the only public pickleball court in Marion County and for a few other counties around us.
I thought it was the only public pickleball
I think
court.
we still hold that title.
Yeah, I think so. So there's just a ton of parks that the county runs that you may not know the county, like KP Hole.
Yep.
You just think that's a place to go swim and no, that's a county park.
It is. It is. We have, and that's actually one of the things I wanted to say while we're talking about summer activities is if you want a tube at KP Hole and you want a rental, you need to make sure that
Do it
happens.
now. Yeah.
They are gone within 2 hours of opening every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
So I wanted to make sure if anybody wanted to go ahead and claim a tube or claim a shuttle to bring you back up to the KP Park once you get done with the water or the river, the Parks and Recreation, I want to make sure they can be reached at 352-671-8560. Go ahead and claim your tube today for whatever weekend you want to get out there.
Yeah, because KP Hole fills up fast.
It's amazing.
People jump on that and take it, and they it's a fun time. And the springs are wonderful. 72 degrees at all
All day,
time.
every day.
All day. And you think 72 sounds, 72, that's, because in North Carolina, you get no streams up in the mountains of North Carolina. They're like 58, 59 degrees.
Right.
All year,
Mountain
every day.
streams, yeah.
And they are, it takes some intestinal fortitude to get in those streams.
It
I
takes your breath
promise you.
away for a second.
It does. But you don't think 72 will take your breath away too.
It will, but then you're like, whew, I'm not in 100 degrees. I'm good.
Exactly. Like today,
Oh,
when it's
man.
going to be 95 degrees today, KP Hole would be a great place to be.
And we're open until sunset.
Until sunset.
But I wanted to also say that about the Rainbow River, a lot of people know this, but just in case you're listening and you're new, the Rainbow River is one of the few places that you can actually float or swim through the place where brackish water or brown water meets the clear water of the springs.
Right.
And it's a definite divide, and
You
it's
can see
amazing
it, right?
to see
Yeah,
it.
it is. And now, where do you reserve if you want to reserve your tube? Is that something you contact Park and Rec over? Or do you do it at KP Hole?
You can do it at KP Hole if you're there at daybreak.
Right. But do it now for
I would
this
go
Saturday.
ahead and call them. Yeah. Claim
Although
your tube.
the weather's not supposed to be very nice this Saturday, but
You'll be in the
doesn't
water.
matter. Doesn't matter. You're wet anyway.
Yeah.
You're wet anyway.
Still a good time.
So talk about Juniper Springs, because a lot of people don't realize Juniper Springs
It's one of our
is one of
hidden
us.
gems.
It
yes.
is.
Yes, we have so many springs, and we have such a great just area of natural resources. It's crazy. But Juniper Springs is where they usually go snorkel and swimming, but they also have canoes that you can rent. And they have a trail that was constructed in the 1930s by the Civilian Conservation Corps. It's awesome to just go through and see untouched nature and just remember that we are just a speck on this little universe.
When I realized how great where we live, natural-wise, when I realized how great it was, and it hit me like a lead balloon, and it shouldn't have. I don't know why it took so long. I was riding on the last week it was open, the great movie ride at Disney World.
Yes.
At Hollywood Studios. And I'm riding it. I've ridden this ride hundreds of times. And you go through and everything, and as we're going through it, it struck me all of a sudden, Johnny Weissmuller swings through,
There
does
you
his
go.
Tarzan yell
Yep.
and everything.
That's
and there are
us.
people on the ride going, wow. And I go, that's my backyard.
Yeah.
It hit me like a lead balloon. That's Disney has literally recreated where I can be at in less than 7 minutes from my house.
Exactly, but it's so much better
Yeah,
in real life.
it is, because they didn't capture Silver Springs like
Correct.
we do, because it's our backyard.
Right.
And I thought, there are people that come from all over the world that ride this ride, having no idea
That they're only
they're
getting
within
a
an
little-
hour and 10-minute ride from seeing the actual place.
But the word's getting out. I think
Yeah.
the word's getting out. Actually, last summer, I believe it was last summer, we helped Silver Springs State Park welcome their wheelchair-accessible glass-bottom boat.
Yep.
And I wanted to make sure that everybody knows the state park has not closed. Silver Springs has not closed. You can still get in at Hageberry, just north of it, and roll down and coast down the Silver River.
I don't think that's Hageberry.
No?
No.
Sorry, that's where we're
Hageberry's
doing
on
the
Orange-
improvements.
That's on Orange Lake.
That's where we're doing the improvements.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's about 30 miles
Railway
away.
side.
Yes.
There
you
we
go.
are. Sorry, over 40 of them. I got two
Well,
of
I
them,
know.
right?
But my sister came from Minnesota.
Yeah.
I lose track of time, but she came within the last 6-7 months.
Mm-hmm.
And my younger sister came down from Callahan. And it's the first time we used to vacation at Silver Springs all the time when we were kids. We'd come from Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Our vacation spot was Ocala. Because, as we know, tourism's a big deal in Ocala.
Right.
Marion County set records last month from year to year. So we came down to Silver Springs, and the beauty of it this time is even though it's open and everything, and they've done a lot of improvements,
Yes.
there were no crowds.
It
was
is.
such a. We got right on the glass bottom boat. We did the tour and everything. Yes, there's some
gift
things
shop.
that people aren't happy about. Yes, Ross Island's not the same as it was when you were a child. Yes, you can't swim in it yet.
Yet.
But
That's still up. That's still up.
right. But it's still a fantastic place, and one that I've said numerous times, and I've lobbied my commissioners numerous times that the next concessionaire, when it comes up for bidding, should be Marion County.
Should be ours.
It should be Marion County because nobody knows it like Marion County does.
That's right.
And I think the Park and Rec Department would do a great job running
That's right. And we can
the
respect
Silver River
it
Park.
and
Yeah.
preserve it. And
100%.
they do amazing. And Cahajo is near one of our sandhill conservation
Right.
areas. So, yeah.
I think the county, when the concessionaire comes up for bid again, I every time it does, I lobby the commissioners. This is our time. This is our time. And by the way, we have a former commissioner that's now state representative
Yes.
that he would help with that if we lobbied to become the next
I
concessionaire.
waved to him this morning as I ran out of the fallen officer memorial.
So just keep that in mind. Commissioner Bryant, Commissioner Zalek, Commissioner Gold, Commissioner
Calling 'em out.
Curry, Commissioner Stone, that
Commissioner
the
Gold.
Silver River. I did say Jeff. I got gold in
I'll
there.
make sure.
I got gold. Gold, Curry, Stone, Bryant, and Zalek.
There you
I
are.
got them all in.
There you are.
And Monier, make sure you bring it up to the commissioners. And by the way, Nadja,
Oh, boy.
you do whatever you want to do. We're solid, Nadja, whatever you want to do.
Whew.
Because let's be honest.
We work her.
Nadja runs the county. I don't care what y'all say. Say Monier runs the county. You can say the county commissioners run the county. Nadja controls the calendar. Therefore, she controls the county.
And, well, 6 calendars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 calendars. She controls the county. Just saying. Just saying. Hey, so Stacy, if people want to find out about all the stuff we talked about, where's the county website and all so they can find it, or the information number they can call
Sure.
to get any of the information out?
The general information number is 352-438-2300. And we are always available at marionfl.org.
Stacy Causey, she works for at the pleasure of the commissioners of Marion County. Stacy, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
We'll be back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
What does the future...
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Pennsylvania U.S. Senate primary election results, now taking days to figure out, still has no results on the Republican side. Dr. Mehmet Oz and Dave McCormick are separated by just over 1,000 votes to the Dr. Oz side of the ticket. About 20,000 votes still need to be counted. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg accepted Nordic neighbors Sweden and Finland's request to become members of NATO, also known as North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
And I warmly welcome the requests by Finland and Sweden to join NATO. You are our closest partners, and your membership in NATO would increase our shared security.
With Russia's aggression against its neighbor Ukraine, the reason to join now seems clear. Thanks for listening. It is well appreciated. We are USA Radio News.
In the 1800s, there were 160 spas set up in Europe to dispense fresh liquid whey. The sick would recover their health and the aged would become rejuvenated. There's only one whey protein powder on the market that can generate and surpass the results seen in the whey spas in Europe. But first, let me tell you the story of 90-year-old Mary, who was semi-bedridden and in hospice care. Mary had been consuming only a pea protein and pasteurized milk drink. Then Mary was put on to Green Meadow Whey mixed with raw milk. She was given 2 to 3 whey drinks per day. On the very first day, Mary was up and came into the kitchen and made chicken soup. She was on her feet for many hours. 3 days later, Mary had gained 2.5 pounds of healthy weight. Green Meadow Whey is health-giving to both young and old. Green Meadow Whey is guaranteed to make you feel better, stronger, reduce your inflammation, and eliminate virtually all toxins from your body without feeling sick. To order, go to bestwayprotein.net, that's bestwayprotein.net, or call 888-988-3325, that's 888-988-3325.
Now, do we guarantee Relief Factors?
And you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Bumpin' Brave and Bold, the Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is back May 17th through the 30th with over 200 shows. This unique cultural experience is held at Lock Haven Park. 2022 brings new and exciting features to the Orlando Fringe. You don't want to miss out. Tickets are available at orlandofringe.org. Again, May 17th through the 30th is the 31st Orlando Fringe, and it's sure to be the best yet. Get your tickets at orlandofringe.org.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Ugh, what wrong?
Ugh, need wood for fire.
Ugh, I go get. Ugh, I got wood for fire.
Ugh, what takes so long?
Had to use restroom. Someone not refill toilet paper.
Ugh, my bad. You wash hands?
Ugh, of course. Ugh, what caveman you take me for?
You know, Dan, people who save money by switching to Mike Scott Plumbing sure are happy.
Well, Brittany, how happy are they?
Happier than a caveman with indoor plumbing.
Yep. Get happy. Get Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. 237-2888.
What would you do with $10,000? Find out more and get your ticket at arnetthouse.org. Drawing is May 31st. You do not have to be present to win.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. And boy, that's not any more plain than what people are talking about. Ocala is talking about this. The city of Ocala voted, the city council voted Tuesday night to allow an increase by Ocala Electric Utility. Yep, the rates are going to go up starting June 1st. Members were told the hike was necessary because of rising fuel costs. It's going up by $28 a month.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I know fuel costs are rising. But you're telling me fuel costs are rising to the point where every household has to go up by, in Ocala that uses OEU, they're going to have to increase their bill by $30?
That's a lot.
That's a bunch of money.
Yeah.
I thought when they said a rate increase was coming, it was going to be like $5, $7.
Right.
It's $28.
That seems excessive. I mean,
Rock Gibbony, who he's a concerned citizen, he spoke out against it. He told city council members the increase was too much.
It is.
I mean, people that are on a fixed income, an extra $28, $30 is a huge dent.
A month. That's
Yeah. Yeah. You know, now you have to make a decision. Electricity, food, you know, that's a huge increase.
That's a lot.
And he, you know, I don't know. It was unanimous. They were shown charts. Staff said if someone uses 1,000 kilowatt hours a month, their bill will increase by $28.
It just seems. I mean, I get the gas prices are higher, but that seems really excessive.
Because I think almost everybody uses over 1,000 kilowatt hours a month.
Yeah, I mean.
So 28, and you know, they got like 70,000 people that use OEU. You know, 50-something thousand homes or something like that. So that's a big old increase.
Yeah.
And they say it's because the reserves are dwindling to pay these bills, and they need to replenish the reserves because you don't want to. Right now they said the reserves don't have but like a month and a half, and they'd be out of reserves if they kept it at the way at the price it was because of the rising. And by the way, fuel is rising. I mean, AAA for your car. AAA says that they expect by the end of summer gas to be somewhere in Florida around $5.60 a gallon.
That's a lot. But
that means another $1 on your gas bill.
But it's not like once they replenish their reserves, they're going to decrease.
No, they do. They do. They when they've done rate increases, once they get to where they feel like they're operating good again, they decrease it. They take the rate back.
All right. Well.
They do take the rate back.
Well, that's good at least, but
yeah,
it still seems like
$28 an increase a month seems like a lot of money.
I mean, maybe you could. What if you did it slowly over? You know what I mean? At least give people a chance to.
This month
adjust.
is going to be $7. Next month, $14. 3 months from now, 21, and then 4 months from now, 28.
Yeah,
no, because people would still wait, and then 4 months later complain about, it's $28 now. I didn't plan.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
You know how people are.
Yeah.
But that just seems like
it seems excessive. I'm
a
sorry.
huge rate increase. And I put in a request to talk to a couple people at the city to find out, just to try to make me understand why $28 was. And Pete Lee, the city manager, interim city manager, told me recently if I had any questions, just call him. He'd come on the show. So I got to call out to Pete to have him on the show to try to maybe explain
where they got that number. How they got that.
OEU and staff come up with the number, so we want to see how they did it. But it was voted on and would pass unanimously, 5-0 by the city council too. And by the way, OEU doesn't just supply electricity for people that live in the city. I live outside the city. I have OEU because where we're at our utility company is Ocala Electric. So, yeah, my bill is going to go up by $28 a month.
I'm glad I have Duke. Thank God.
So, Duke's going up on their energy prices.
Yeah, I don't think it's $28 a month.
Well, maybe not. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Hey, good morning, Tom. It's good to hear your voice. Hope you're feeling good.
Hey, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing okay for a guy my age.
Well,
hey, Tom, I was going to ask you, I hope you're still golfing, by the way. I was going to ask you, are you, can you give us your opinion or your coworker there on what do fuel costs have to do with electricity? I mean, to answer my own question, if it's to cover the increased fuel for the truck to do the maintenance on 50, 60, or 70,000 homes, they're all pretty much congested into one area. In other words, are their trucks that busy? Do they don't cover that much territory?
Well, you got to have the fuel to create the electricity too, Mark.
Well, I'm in the fuel business called nuclear power, and I don't know what. I mean, that's all government subsidized a lot of times. And I mean, I know Miami and Broward and Dade all get their fuel or their electricity primarily from Turkey Point.
Mark,
reaches this far.
Mark, we got a bad connection. Sorry, pal.
Okay, bro.
It's
okay.
really. Thanks for the call. That was a bad connection.
Yeah.
But Mark makes a good point. Some of that is government subsidized. Some of the cost of making the electricity is government subsidized. But rising fuel costs that's what they said was the reason. Mainly rising fuel costs.
Mainly. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's other reasons.
Mainly rising fuel costs.
Right.
But I like what Rock Gibney said. Rock goes, hey, why don't you check other areas to see what they're doing before making a decision? Go check with other municipalities, see how they're, find some municipalities that aren't going up on their electricity that are around the same size, and find out what programs they're doing to keep the status quo.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, nope, we're going up on prices. $28.
That's a lot.
Man. Takes probably, God, stop going to blues night at Charlie Horse.
I was like, how many beers is that going to take away from your
28. Like 10, 12 beers.
Of course, beers have probably gone up too, so that's probably only like, 3 beers.
Yeah, Did you, speaking of beers, did you see the price that they're going to charge for beer at the PGA Championship in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Oh, God, I can only imagine. It's probably like $12.
$12. I mean, who's going to pay $12 for a beer? Calm down.
Well, I'm just saying, they're a lot.
They're 19. A Stella Artois will cost you $19 for a 24-ounce can.
Wow. I thought 12 was a lot.
A Michelob Ultra will cost you $18 for a 24-ounce can. A 10-ounce cocktail, $19.
Now, golf tournaments have always been, any sporting event has always been expensive, but that's insane.
Not necessarily. It's because you've not had the privilege or the pleasure of spending any time at Augusta National during the Masters.
I have heard that Augusta has
a domestic beer or import beer at Augusta, $5.
Well, that's because you pay so much for the tickets.
They're not very expensive either.
The tickets?
Getting secondary market, they're expensive. To buy them from the National, win their lottery, they're not very expensive. They're really not. They don't care about money at Augusta National. They have most of it. They don't care.
Right.
You know why they serve you pimento cheese? My buddy Robert Garagos, who's going to go play in the Saudi Arabian League, I know he's going to do it because he's so far down on the money list. He's going to do it. I used to cover Florida golf and all the Florida swing, so I got to know him. Then I saw him at the Masters in 2012. He was on the 11th tee box. We're talking and everything. And he looks at everybody and he goes, watch this. And he looks at everybody and goes, hey, folks, we got pimento cheese over here in the players' coolers. Everybody want one? A couple people raised their hand. He reached over. He went over and gave. And the players' cooler was packed with pimento cheese and turkey sandwiches, right?
Right.
The pimento cheese didn't look like everybody touched it. Turkey sandwiches had stuff missing out of it. He goes, you know why the members here give you pimento cheese. He says, somebody goes, no, why? He goes, because it's horrible. They're horrible sandwiches, and they don't like them, so they give them to you guys.
Makes sense.
But, yeah, you can go get a beer, a pimento and cheese sandwich, and chocolate chip cookie at the Masters, and it's less than $8, $9.
Wow.
Like, you go to the Players Championship, and you buy a Players Championship hat from the clubhouse store, from one of the stores. It's like $45, $50.
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Go to the Masters clubhouse, buy a Masters hat, $18.
Which is reasonable.
You go to the Players Championship, buy a Players Championship flag, a green flag that you can then get players to sign and everything. In the clubhouse at the Players, it's $65 to $85.
Oh, my goodness.
Masters flag, $22.
Yeah.
Because they don't care.
I want to go to the Masters so bad.
They don't care. They don't need the money.
Right. Well, yeah. They got a lot of it.
Remember, they stroked a check for $30 billion and told CBS to play the Masters commercial free. They don't care. They really don't.
Yeah.
And so, you know who else has done that recently? The Atlanta Braves.
Really?
The Atlanta Braves, and they have $2.50 hot dogs.
Really?
They have $2.50 soft drinks at the Atlanta Braves Truist Park. Not all over the park, but you got to look for them, but they have them. The Atlanta Falcons have done it at their new stadium, Mercedes Stadium. Slice of pizza is only $4 instead of like $8 or $9.
Right, yeah.
Because they realized that a lot of their fan base wouldn't be able to afford, only the people in the luxury boxes can afford a $19 beer.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that's why I like going to minor league baseball. So you go to minor league, like to the Threshers, the Clearwater Threshers, or the Dunedin,
well, not here, but I've
the
been
Dunedin Blue Jays, or the Daytona Tortugas over in Daytona. You can go to a minor league baseball game. You can take $50 in there, eat like a king, and drink all the adult beverages you want, and not still have money when you leave.
Yeah. Yep.
You take $50 to a Jacksonville Jaguars game. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, practically broke before you even.
Good luck.
Sit down.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up Thursday edition of Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Attention passengers, for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping